The Israel-Hezbollah conflict, a simmering volcano for decades, erupted once more on October 7, 2023. This date, etched in the memories of both sides, marked the beginning of a new chapter in their long and bloody history. What began as a series of skirmishes along the Lebanese-Israeli border quickly escalated into a full-blown exchange of fire, raising fears of a wider regional conflagration. The world watched with bated breath as rockets rained down on Israeli cities, met with thunderous retaliatory strikes from Israeli jets and artillery. The fragile peace that had held for years, punctuated by periods of tension and violence, seemed to shatter overnight. The ghosts of past conflicts, from the 1982 Lebanon War to the 2006 Summer War, loomed large, casting a long shadow over the present. The international community, still reeling from the shock of renewed hostilities, scrambled to contain the situation. Calls for restraint and de-escalation echoed from world capitals, but the drums of war continued to beat. The conflict, fueled by deep-seated animosity, historical grievances, and a tangled web of regional alliances, threatened to spiral out of control. As the days turned into weeks, the violence showed no signs of abating. The cycle of attack and counterattack, deeply ingrained in the psyche of both Israelis and Lebanese, tightened its grip. The world held its breath, praying for a miracle, a way out of the abyss. The immediate trigger for the latest round of fighting remains shrouded in ambiguity. Some analysts point to a Hezbollah raid on an Israeli military outpost, while others cite an Israeli airstrike on a Hezbollah convoy in Syria. Regardless of the precise catalyst, the underlying tensions were ripe for exploitation. Hezbollah, emboldened by its growing military capabilities and its perceived victory in the 2006 war, had been testing Israel's resolve for months. Cross-border incursions, rocket attacks, and drone sorties had become increasingly common, each incident pushing the two sides closer to the brink. Israel, for its part, had vowed to respond forcefully to any provocation, determined to deter Hezbollah from escalating further. The Israeli government, facing domestic pressure to act decisively, authorized a series of targeted strikes against Hezbollah positions in Lebanon, aiming to degrade the group's military infrastructure and deter future attacks. The result was a dangerous game of tit-for-tat, with each side escalating in response to the other's actions. The situation, already volatile, became increasingly unpredictable. The risk of miscalculation, of a minor incident spiraling into a major conflagration, grew with each passing day. As the violence intensified, so too did the rhetoric. Both sides accused the other of war crimes, of deliberately targeting civilians, of fanning the flames of conflict. The propaganda war waged on social media and satellite news channels further inflamed passions and deepened the divide.